Hello YouTube, this is NeoShadow25 here, and I am here to show you guys Divinity Dragon Commander. Now, I'm fairly new to the Divinity Dragon Commander scene and all that good stuff, but the concept absolutely made me fall in love with this game. Real-time, turn-based strategy game with political intrigue and dragons with jetpacks. I just completely enjoyed that concept. So I'm still new to it. So this is where we have our dragon. I'm gonna pick, like, say, Alcio. I'm gonna set the difficulty to like casual because I've heard that this game can be extremely difficult, and well, I'm not too confident in my abilities because I just started playing this like today. Alright. You have three different dragons, Saber, Mountain, and Zephyr. I'm gonna pick the Saber dragon because it seems to be like the middle of magic and strength. So I'm gonna start with that, and here we go.
Thousands of years ago, Sigurd I built incredible engines of war, and with them forged an empire. The emperor married and sired many children. He even had a love child with mysterious Aurora, an ancient dragon in a woman's guise. Once united, peace was declared in Rivellon, and bloodshed soon forgotten. But Sigurd's realm of peace was shattered when his own sons and daughters rose against him. War returned with a vengeance, and annihilation reached new heights. Desperate to safeguard Sigurd's legacy, the wizard Maxos sought the help of the one child that never betrayed his father. Sigurd, Aurora's son, the half-dragon prince. He would be the one to save the empire from ruin, and to aid him in his quest, Maxos delivered unto him the imperial command ship known as the Raven. This is the story of Maxos and the Dragon. This is the story of the Dragon Commander.
Ooh, awesome. Alright, this is the Rivellon Times. Gold prices set to skyrocket. War not all bad, says the dwarves. War waged with terrible contraptions. Elves and lizards horrified, imps are delighted. Undead proclaim war that it's punishment from the gods. Yeah? Alright, cool.
Welcome, noble dragon,
Sup?
to the Raven. This wonder of engineering. This miracle wrought in magic that has a living demon for a heart.
That doesn't sound entirely safe.
Between the knowledge I shall pry from this infernal creature's cryptic mind and the avalanche of tomes, manuscripts and blueprints aboard awaiting study, we will catch up with our enemies in no time and claim back the lands they have taken by force.
Good. I'm all for the taking of the lands.
Our task is monumental, but we will not have to face it alone. Two famed generals are here already, loyal to the legacy we are trying to save, and therefore loyal to you, given time. I have furthermore enlisted the service of Grumio, an imp of devilish cunning, that can fashion anything my research will uproot. Already he has created you a wonder he calls a jetpack.
Yes.
Talk to these men, get your bearings, and begin your conquest. If you have any more questions, you can find me in the royal chamber, which I shall use as a study.
Very well.
Good luck, dragon. May the divines be with you.
Yep. Alright. So, you're my other general?
Let me tell your right of the bat bastard that I hold you in very little regard. Your father may have been a great king once, but this last decade, a crowned pig would have played the part better. He became a vainglorious fool, a sloth, and a coward. No wonder then that his own children could amass armies unperceived and strike at the heart of a kingdom in a matter of days. He tried to run, but he failed, and they slew him where he stood. Now the realm has been shattered, and vultures are picking what they can from his corpse by means of new and terrifying war machines. I'd say all is lost, but Maxos insists you are to be the one, the hero, who will take back the land we've lost. Excuse me if I laugh in derision.
Go ahead. Yep.
Still, you are a dragon, I'll give you that, and of ancient blood. Prove to me you have the rocks to do undaunted battle, and perhaps my respect may still be yours.
Alright then, do you have a name, asshole?
Henry of the House of Lancefort. More you needn't know.
I'm gonna call you Henry, House of Asshole.
Edmund, he's called. A lizard of the House of Carcarus. In truth, I'd rather sleep with Syphilis incarnate than have him aboard. But there's no denying his talent. He's as arrogant as he is astute, and as ingenious as he is insufferable. Why don't you offer him a word of welcome? I know I won't.
Okay, where is this Edmund fellow?
I believe he's in the bar. Probably searching for sherry. Just about the only drink that snooty serpent will swill.
He sounds like a really classy gent. Alright. I do have a name, you know, it's not Bastard.
Aye, and you have titles as well, but none of them king, as yet. I'll address you with the right regard the day you prove worthy of it.
Okay then, I'll see you later. Asshole. The bar. Here we are. Ah, you are Edmund, I take it?
And there we have it, I suppose. The dragon son of a monarch deposed. Rightful heir to the throne, even if he was born out of wedlock.
You are classy as hell.
No doubt that boar of a Henry has already introduced me in his ever-elegant way. So here I am. Lord Edmund Augustus III, Duke of Hawknest Hall. I'd add, at your service, but I don't think we're quite there yet. To be perfectly honest, I'd normally entertain the idea of lending my expertise to your cause as curtly as I'd consider attending a dwarven opera. But not unlike my fellow general, it is Maxos' backing of this enterprise that has me intrigued. You have doubts benefit, Dragon. Let's see how far it takes you.
Far, I hope. Alright. I sense a lot of distrust in you, Edmund.
When one dwells among the highest echelons of power, where ambition runs thicker than blood, distrust is your best friend, as is its brother, caution. In your case, though, the waters of misgiving run somewhat deeper. You are, after all, but a half-dragon. They call your kind dragon knights to lend an air of nobility to a lowly mixed breed. Not many make the distinction, even, but the crucial difference is in purity. Human ancestry taints your being, for humanity and weakness are two sides of the same tuppence I drop in beggars' hats.
Wow. You're kind of a jerk.
A bastard twice are you, my lord. Bastard born and bastard bred.
Yeah, okay, what's your take on the war?
Only that it was bound to happen. For when an emperor weakens, his empire weakens with him. Now a litter of dogs is fighting for the throne, so maybe their dragon half-brother can walk away with it.
Alright, good to know you have at least a symbol of, like, faith in me. Alright, I'll take my leave. See you later. Engineering Bay. Hey, what's up?
Greetings, sire, sprung from kings. I am Grumio, son of Gromio, an imp of good and honest standing. Your technician, shall I be, if it pleases you? Your engineer and architect.
Yes, Grumio, it does please me that you're my technician.
I hope you'll like my jetpack.
I do.
It is my gift to you, to keep without recompense, for gladly shall I remain aboard this wondrous ship, to tinker and toy, hammer and hew. She is special, this vessel, filled with wonders undiscovered. The wizard, he feels it too. The taste, the tingle of mystery. Oh, to unlock its secrets.
Let's see the results of your research, mate.
Forged like not even a dwarf can, my lord.
Alright, so this is where I learn stuff. Okay, awesome. Get the enhanced engines for troopers. I think I'll get... I think I'll get... the armor as well. Never used the armor before. And see you later. We'll go to the Royal Chamber. Hello.
Never hesitate to seek my counsel, Dragon Knight. Tirelessly I study and question, in the knowledge that my discoveries will make you the mightiest dragon ever to have soared the skies.
Okay, you're my counselor? Edmund called me impure and I think he's a jerk.
We too shall unite dragons' daring with wizard's wisdom. Nothing shall stand in your way.
Okay then, let's see what research you have.
It shall be my honor.
Alright, purifying flames. Upon activation, okay, so I burn people and they get healed. I'm taking that. Thank you very much. See you later. Back to the bridge. Let's take a look at this. Yep. Hold left mouse button to move. Yep. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to buy some units here. Some troopers. And possibly... yeah, 2 troopers and a hunter. And I'll move these troopers over to here. Just 3 of them. And I'll end my turn. See what progress the other guys make. Oh gosh. Oh god. That's not good. Dead Emperor's bastard son gets wizard's backing. Emperor on holidays. Pictures inside. He may travel faster, but he travels alone, criticizes strategists. Surrender while you can, Commander. Enemy now has troops overseas. More haste, less speed. Enemy's invention propels troopers forward. Okay. I'm gonna make my next move. I've acquired a transport. Awesome. I'm going to buy 2 troopers, set him down, put the 3 troopers inside the... wait, no. I'll move the 3 troopers over to here. Actually, no, I won't. I will move these 3 troopers up here. Sorry, I'll move 2 troopers up there with those 2 hunters. And I'll put the 1 remaining trooper in the transport and move the transport over to here. Take that territory in the next turn. Okay, I will then take this hunter, move it over, and these 3 troopers, move it over. Yep. Alright. I'll end my turn. See what horror awaits me. Ugh. Oh gosh. Okay. Go to battle. Ah, that does not look good. Okay. So I can either have Henry or Edmund control this, because if I go as my dragon, I can only go into one battle, and we have a battle on two fronts. So I'll put my faith in Edmund. Hopefully he can win this. Yes, Edmund. Alright, so I lost 2 hunters. No, I have 2 hunters surviving and I lost 2 troopers. And I got an achievement. Alright. I'm just glad I got Edmund to do that. And now we'll get to this battle. I will deal with this myself, I believe. I will put Purifying Flame. No, Purifying Flame's already on there. Alright. Now we get into the real-time strategy chunk of this game, which I think is extremely unique. And I will show you why in just a little bit. So yeah, in basic RTS fashion, you have your troops, which are just tripod machines. And you take resources with your troops on the move and stuff like that. And you see down there, this little timer counting down. In that many seconds, I'll be allowed to transform into my dragon form and actually help and support my troops, which I think is a wonderful, awesome concept that they brought into this game. Because most RTS, you're fairly disattached, like you're fairly unattached to the actual gameplay, you're just ordering people around and stuff like that. But in this game, I think it's actually amazing that they allowed you to drop into the actual fighting. For example, I can just tap. Well, sorry. It takes resources to morph into your dragon, and once I get enough resources, I'll morph into my dragon and let you see what that's all about. Alright, I can now morph into my dragon. Here I can use my jetpack and just fly around this battlefield and strike out at the enemy on my own accord. Personally, I think this makes the game... What really makes the game stand out on its own merits is the fact that you can sort of intervene and help support your troops instead of just standing back using abilities and the like. That goes without saying, this game isn't perfect. But it still has a lot of good things going for it that I actually quite enjoy.
Construction underway, Commander.
And the music for this game is absolutely phenomenal. I enjoy it. And as we see, the enemy is going to take a mini base, so instead of sending my troops out to deal with it, I'll deal with it myself. There we go. And I'll just head back to my base and morph back into this form and
doubt your insight, sir.
Alright.
Factory completed.
And my guys will be on the move.
Your unit will roll out momentarily, Commander. Unit is being manufactured, Commander. Trooper ready to march. I will crush their bones.
Like, I haven't seen a concept like this until Battlezone 2. People who haven't seen or played Battlezone 2 should take a look at it. It's extremely dated, and personally I still think it's a rather good, well, it's an RTS, but it's like a real-time strategy game like this. However, it is also a first-person shooter, so like you're an actual commander on the ground and you're like leaping into the things. You can build vehicles and you can leap into vehicles and stuff like that. This game sort of gives me exactly the same feel, except steampunkish, and you're a dragon with a jetpack. And I love that feeling. The idea that, you know, you can do more things instead of just sending all of your troops to go attack. Like, honestly, it's a concept that I would like to see put into more real-time strategy games. Not saying that all real-time strategy games have to take that concept, because that would just be silly, but I would just like a nice couple of them to sort of get that idea and like sort of do it well. I'll use my purifying flame ability over here to just heal my guys. Do whatever support I can. But yeah, this makes me feel a lot more like part of the combat, which honestly is a really, really awesome feeling to have. Especially in things that people think, like some people find RTSs a bit dull. I think this adds a bit more of a like flair to it that honestly is a bit more, allows it to branch out into a wider audience, I'm feeling. And yeah, it's just good. It's just awesome to be a dragon. And we won, and I'll celebrate with jetpack. And as most RTSs, at the end, it's a nice little stat loadout. It shows you information. So if you're one of those people, you can take a look at how the battle went out. And after that, we had the turn ends, right? Yep. And we're hit with another Rivalon Times. Latest win presents Empire with no real advantages. Thanks. Free naked dragon poster inside. Before he was famous, we have the Emperor's childhood pictures.
Great dragon, glorious warlord. Once more you return from the battlefield red with the blood of slain adversaries.
Ew.
And let me tell you, these victories of yours have not gone by unnoticed. In fact, to my great satisfaction, Another pair of dauntless generals has joined our company.
Awesome.
4 military masterminds are now on board. More than enough to start a campaign of conquest on a truly grand scale. No doubt you're as anxious to meet them as they are to meet you. So why don't you go to the throne room, where I've instructed them to await your arrival.
Okay, so between you, me, Grumio, and my generals, my cabinet is now complete, yes? Question mark?
Heavens no.
Thought so.
You have the military firmly on your side. But civil emissaries too are bound to join our cause in due time. Indeed, I expect you will be declared emperor before long.
Oh gosh. Okay, continue.
Yes, you heard me correctly. Emperor. It is inevitable. People have heard of you. The dragon. Their one hope of deliverance from war, oppression, and death. Soon hope will turn into confidence. And when ambassadors of the civilized races flock to the Raven, your political career will commence.
But I'm not even a full dragon.
You yourself will of course represent all humans. But the dwarves, elves, lizards, imps, and undead will want their say as well. And more. Still, let us worry about politics later. Today, it is your generals that count.
Alright, I'll take my leave. I'll take a look at my generals. The throne room, you said?
My Lord Dragon, allow me to present your team of generals. Edmund you already know.
Yep.
But I now have the pleasure of introducing you to Her Highness Lady Catherine, Queen of Westbridge. And Scarlet, not noble of birth, but the more so of heart.
Awesome.
We 4 have pledged we will stand by you in your conquest as a rightful heir to Revlon's throne. Bastard no longer, you shall be known as Commander, until the day comes that you shall be king.
Huzzah!
All hail the dragon.
Hail! Hail!
Yes, well, hail.
Edmund doesn't seem happy about it. What's up, Edmund?
It's going to take some getting used to, you know, to call you Commander. Verily, I was rather opposed to the notion. But Maxos in his infinite wisdom insisted we up the level of common courtesy toward you. Commoner would have done. Commander, though, it shall be.
Thanks, buddy. You like to talk down to people, don't you?
As much as it is in the eagle's nature to look down upon the world in hunt of lesser creatures, it is my genius that makes me soar high above all others. Lesser creatures, indeed.
Oh
At the
dear.
lone top do I reside, but I would have it no other way. Those who do not understand, all but everyone, calls me a loner, thinking the word to be a pejorative. But it is on the contrary glorious to live in sweet isolation when all around you non-lizards, that is to say, inferiors, skitter and crawl like vermin.
Wow.
I am a solitudinarian, for my nature makes me so. And when I do have contact with those I loathe, inevitably I talk down to them as it is impossible to communicate on a level of equality when there is none to be had.
I'll just leave you be.
Yes, Commander.
So, a bastard no longer, am I?
Seemed hardly proper to call you by that particular pet name on what was somewhat of an official occasion. But don't worry, I may still slip up once or twice, even though my respect for you is in fact growing. You've got a knack for bloody brutal battle, and faint heart never won fair victory.
Henry, you ain't that bad. I'll take my leave. So, Your Highness?
I would say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Commander. But as it stands, I must approach you with a bit of reserve. True, to know we have a dragon knight for a leader is a great relief. For such a grand creature inspires bravado in the many hearts that will have to be won so that we may overthrow the spreading dark.
Then, what's your problem?
But then again, you are the offspring, the male offspring to boot, of a sorry line prone to decadence and corruption. The very line, in fact, that is responsible for the downfall of the Empire in the first place. Forgive me then if I do wonder, will this commander pass muster? Earn his wings? Earn his crown?
Okay, so you're blaming me for something my father did. Okay, so why put emphasis on male offspring?
Because they call us females the fairer sex. But in truth, we are also more cunning, resilient, refined, and downright intelligent. Give an empire a queen, I say, and it will be ruled. Give it a king, and it will become an afterthought. For like any man, he is content when both his belly and his bed are filled with a prize piece of tender flesh. No more. Men are simple creatures, Commander, and should therefore be in charge of simple things only.
I have nothing to say to that. I'm just gonna leave. Thanks, and, Scarlet?
How's it hanging, Commander? I'm Scarlet, and you're a dragon, they tell me. Always wanted to ride one of those, though I bet you're a little harder to handle than a horse. All part of the fun, though, I reckon, so give me a shout when I can take you for a spin.
I like you. You're nice. Alright, you're quite the little wildcat, aren't you?
Treat me mean, I'll scratch your eyes out. Treat me well, and I'll purr like a kitten. Your choice, Commander.
You're a nice lady. I'll take my leave now. Alright, and I think that shall be all for today, everyone. If you want to see more, don't forget, just like, and if it does well, I'll do some more. If not, I'll just maybe put up a few videos once or twice. But we still haven't gotten into like the political intrigue of the game. This is just still meeting all the generals and getting used to the fighting. Anyway, this has been Neo Shadow 25, and I'll see you guys later.